So now this is our final hookup to the tote, 275 gallons. One thing you want to try to avoid is running the suction hose into the top. Why? Because it just makes that work all that much harder. In this setup, the tote is feeding the pump with positive pressure, so it doesn't have to draw water. In this instance, that's not real critical because it has a very easy job to do. All it's having to do is, with the Honda supplied hose adapter, and I have put my own adapter onto it, which includes that end, so it's a quick cam lock. But this adapter right here that goes from this, goes from this thread to this thread. Normally this would thread on over this pipe, but it's a reducer from 1 inch to 3/4 for a regular garden hose. So that is, this part is Honda supplied. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine. So now the pump is being positively fed, and it is pumping believe it or not, through sprinkler hoses, so I can do focused irrigation all the way down to the end of the field. I have 4 50-foot sprinkler hoses, which this pump does so well with that I actually have to throttle it down. If you try to run it full speed, it will kill it. You got to remember, this is a 25cc 1.5 cubic inch motor engine. It is 4-stroke, which is great. It's not fuel injected. It is carbureted, but it is a Honda engine. And is it overpriced? I don't think so. Is it high priced? Yeah, it is very high priced. For something that weighs 14 pounds and pumps 32 gallons a minute, you're basically paying for that Honda motor. The pump is very effective, no doubt about that. And the whole reason why I bought a pump this small, number one, it works on my focused irrigation for sprinkler hoses. Takes a little bit longer to fill this up, maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes longer than the next pump up. The next pump up is a wx10ta. It's either 100 or 150 more than this. This pump did come with the suction hose. That's a special hose that cannot be collapsed. Of course, under this situation, we don't have to worry about that because it's under positive pressure from the tank. So, as much as I have to move this pump around, the next pump up, I'd have to check the weight on it, I'm not sure. But it actually is in its own cage, and I would literally have to put some type of a carrier on the back of my tractor because there's no way I could get it into the deck of my, up by the seat on my tractor. So I do move this pump around a lot. So for that feature and the fact that I can control the throttle, which the wx10ta, I am told, I've never had one, salesman told me no, it's full throttle all the time, there's no way to modulate it. Why anybody would make a pump like that, I don't know. It is very handy. A pump like that could handle a pistol sprinkler on this field and probably get about half of this field at a time. However, it would empty this tank in probably about 5 minutes. I believe the wx10ta can pump 72 gallons per minute. It's in the 70s as I recall. So it's more than double this pump. And What the size of the engine goes to, I don't know. But it's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger. So if you have a job like that, that's great. But here's the problem with doing a pistol waterer. It just wastes so much water. You're throwing all kinds of water into between the rows where the roots are never going to ever see any of that. So it just ends up being evaporated. This way, you get focused water. Every drop of water goes to the roots. So it's very efficient. It has made a huge deal. We are now starting the 5th week of basically no rain. We have had approximately, that's kind of an aside, the sprinkler system does work pretty well. And again, in order to run even 4 hoses, which is quite amazing, I have to throttle this little pump back, because if you try to go to full throttle, there's too much back pressure, and it's like squirting the water 5 feet in the air. And oh, that's another thing. Yeah, my hoses are inverted, so no throwing water into the air where it just goes everywhere. This way it gets squirted right onto the roots. As dry as we are, the roots are right beneath the plant. They haven't really spread out. They're going down to try to find moisture, because there is still moisture there from our spring rains. All right, that's the dealio on the wx10ta. Any comments, questions? Please deliver. If you like what you've seen, give me a thumbs up. Thanks, guys. See you next time. I'm probably going to do a video on how to do all this tote hookup baloney, because this thing was totally brand new to me. So that was a real learning curve, and getting all these fittings and hoses and blah, blah, blah. Finally got it figured out, so I'll pass that along to you on either the next video or the video after that. All right, bye for now.